What do you find inspirational about the human element within education reporting?
At the heart of every story, there's a person. Even if you're doing a story with a bunch of numbers, data, 40% of kids passed this test or that test, or 10% of kids got held back a year. At the root, what you're talking about is often kids, but people. Just this past week, I went to a high school in the Bronx, and I met an 18-year-old girl who was born in Bangladesh and who grew up facing a lot of resistance to her interest in getting an education. Just culturally, she said they frowned upon women getting an education. And by a stroke of good fortune, she ended up coming to a high school in the Bronx with her mom and her brother. And what was unusual was even after she came, she still had the same resistance because she gravitated toward science, and particularly biology. She really loved biology. But her mom would come in and look at her book, and her mom she said she was a devout Muslim, and she would look at some of the pictures, and there were lessons on anatomy, reproduction, evolution. There were things that made her uncomfortable, both from a religious and cultural sense. And she told her daughter she couldn't pursue that anymore.
Right.
And this girl was so headstrong and so passionate about studying biology. She told me that she would hide her books under her bed and study in her room if no one was home. But if someone was home, she would actually go into her bathroom, put a towel down in the bathtub, and she would sit in the tub and she would study biology. And she was so aggressive about that and so determined that she got a really high score on her AP Bio exam, and she got a great scholarship to go to Cornell.
Wow, that's really cool.
Meeting these people who are just, I mean, there's extraordinary people everywhere, but this job, certainly one of the things I like the best about it is that it lets me talk to people who I might not otherwise have an opportunity to. And when you hear amazing stories like that, it's great to be able to share them with other people.
Yeah.